Let's see how Ben Hobson manages it. Yeah, they had to thrash to get this thing back together. Talking about the Mustang. RTR has been some busy camp over there. Initiating into that first outside zone. Here goes Ben Hobson. Big! Woo! Uses all the course. All Pennzoil on track right now. In that second outside zone, Federico digging deep. Oh! Hobson shuts it down. Fetty goes into him. Oh man, he was on on one.
Both of them.
Yeah, I mean, Hobson started out really strong. Looks like Fetty came up a bit short on that first outside zone, but then when they transitioned, Fetty got really close, and unfortunately, Ben shuts it down after outside zone 3, going to that touch and go.
The Sunoco vehicle, and there we go. We're right there. Here we go, Ben Hobson in that Pennzoil Mustang RTR Spec 5 FD. All right, let's see what we got here. The Collab vehicle, the Collab built engine, the RB Army, and Ben Hobson, he's very familiar with the Ford Mustang, comes in at the second outside zone. Could be a little bit deeper here, but he knows this track. He's drifted here multiple times between Pro Spec and Pro Am. So Hobson dialing in. Seems very expedited. Seemed like it was just kind of similar to that of Hansen, but out front. You know, I think Hobson ran away with it after the horseshoe, but Literal was definitely full court press. Here we go, across the nose of that Ford Mustang goes that S15, the Sunoco vehicle. The three spokes go round, now past that inside clip, now coming up the hill. Look at that, talk about power, and Literal just runs away with it into that second outside zone. Ben Hobson, he needs to get aggressive here. Ben Hobson on the outside looking in. Let's check that different angle, and you can see now both these guys fighting to get in their first 32 of the year.
Yeah.
So here we go, Hobson and Shanahan. You got Alabama versus Ireland. Let's go. Oh, Ben Hobson, a little failed. That was a little wonky, but Shanahan has no problem adapting to this. Ben Hobson high on the bank. Shanahan tucks in with that Red Bull BMW E36. Again, coming from Ireland, now coming in through the smoke. Ben Hobson finds a sweet spot there. You can see him locking up that front left. Oh, he gets into the bank quite a bit. All right, so I want to run it back.
Yeah.
That seemed a little initially anticipated, and maybe, like I said, Shanahan kind of exaggerated that with his failure to kind of initiate. So here we go, Shanahan up front, Ben Hobson initiation. Wow, pulling that front right off the ground is Shanahan, the Irish driver. Hobson, he knows what's at stake here. He'd love to do great here at round 3, and Hobson spins. Hobson way off course. That is not how to get it done. And Shanahan will continue on, and he's going to get the victory. A big mistake for Ben Hobson.
Man.
And just Hobson has got
Ben Hobson, Jonathan Hurst. Here we go. Hobson, that Pennzoil Mustang RTR Spec 5FD. I know Captain Fudgkick, the boss man's watching at home. Goes in that first outside zone. There goes Hobson on those Nitto tires. Down to that second outside zone. Big 180. And look at that. The Mr. Cool Cadillac just sliding right next to Ben Hobson. Now on that front inside clip transition, Jonathan Hurst comes out of the smoke smiling into that last outside zone. Pretty good execution on both sides of the fence. He's very talented. He's just in a different weapon. Here we go. Jonathan Hurst out in front, that XLR, cutting through the smoke. Ben Hobson now initiates. Here comes Jonathan Hurst. Little yank of that handbrake. Now coming to that killer crossover into that second outside zone. There goes Jonathan Hurst and Ben Hobson. You see pulling up that front left tire. You see how much traction he's getting. There he is right there on the side of that Cadillac. How's he going to manage this smoke? He's bathing in it. He is bathing in the smoke. A correction by Ben Hobson. And they're transitioning back and crossing the finish line.
All right.
Alec Robbins,
well,
he'd, again, love to get this victory here. And now coming out of the gate, here comes Ben Hobson, that Pennzoil Mustang RTR. Woo! Looks like maybe a little bumper going into that wall there. We'll have to back that up, but didn't impede the line at all. Looks like settled. You can see the turbo fans go round and deep on that third outside zone. Alec Robbins backing off, giving a little bit of room here. And here comes Ben Hobson, that last outside zone, and he does cross the finish line. And that was a full pull. Strategy, not brake checks, anything like that. Driving to the degree that we know Alec can. So here goes Alec Robbins out front. Let's see again. Minnesota boy goes deep on that first outside zone transition. Ben comes through the smoke. Now in that second outside zone goes Alec Robbins. Look at that proximity from Ben Hobson into that third outside zone. Shimming on through. Ben Hobson really applying the pressure. So not phased at all in this last outside zone 4. And here goes Alec Robbins. Robbins goes into the tail end of that tire wall. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
From both the parties. It looks like Alec just all those that we have lost. Here we go. Again, let's celebrate. Let's burn some tires. Adam LZ, Ben Hobson. This is one heck of a battle. Adam LZ goes hard with that BMW, the Drift HQ BMW. Ben Hobson now transitions.
Oh!
Holy cow! That is far from breezy. That is a hard steezy. Wow, that is a hard hit outside zone 2 for Adam LZ. Oh, man. That is going to be really hard to come back with and that was unassisted by Ben Hobson in that lead run. That was a hard hit by Adam LZ.
Yeah, that was one. I'm glad everybody's okay because that was a big hit with a ton of speed into that wall. So
manufacturing BMW E36, but he's smashing the wall outside zone 2, and Ben Hobson, happy to see him going head to head for the first time in his Pennzoil Mustang RTR Spec 5 FD, and that is a failure to launch.
Do we have a restart? That's the only thing I want to look at here.
That was a clean start, and I know that, again, he did have some issues. Remember in seating, the car shut down. From what I understand, it was a clutch issue. So not exactly know what's going on here in the scenario. But down now. So here we are with the one more time between Adam LZ and Ben Hobson. Adam LZ in that Drift HQ, LZ manufacturer. Oh, and Hobson not initiating. Going around the track, Adam LZ continues on. In order to complete this, or in order to advance, he does need to complete it. He is the lead vehicle, so he continues on through the course, making it look breezy on the roof and on the track. Oh, man, Adam. Oh, he flirts with that. Oh, my gosh. What is happening right now? What an unfortunate turn of events for Ben Hobson. He makes it for the first time in head-to-head competition, and now, unfortunately, the car drifting. So here we go. The Pennzoil Mustang RTR Spec 5 FD, Ben Hobson on Nitto tires, and here comes Adam LZ in the chase position. What kind of initiation we're going to see from Ben Hobson? He initiates in that first outside zone, big angle there, and again, talking about that initiation, very different than what we've seen before. Adam LZ, he comes out of drift.
Yeah.
And that's going to be all she wrote. And there you go. Again, that was a tall order and a tall gear, a hard ask for Ben Hobson. He was dealing with what he was dealt, and that's just going to really solidify Adam LZ moving on after a crazy hit. What I thought pretty much knocked him out. Crazy turn of events there, Jacob. Unbelievable. Let's see what we got. Brudski out front. Ben Hobson chase position. Our first battle here of our seeding brackets. Brudski initiates. Ben Hobson right there on the door. Goes way wide. Talking about Brudski. Takes out those cones. Straight line kind of into that second outside zone. Good angle. Throws some more angle at it. Hobson gets very aggressive. Sticks it to the door. Brudski now transition that last outside zone. A big correction there by Hobson. Hobson goes off. Oh, man. And Brudski crossed the finish line. Mistakes on both sides, but Hobson with a major mistake in that last outside zone. A good victory for him advancing on. As we said, not the way you want to do it, but he was on it. He was on a tear, you know, up until that point. I mean, he was chasing down very aggressively. Again, these Mustang RTRs definitely love the full throttle. And Ben, that's what this is a confidence booster, my man. And, you know, different from the Pro Spec, we do end up going all the way to who the winner is of our seeding brackets.
Yeah, you know Ben's going to use this time to own in and get as many battles in as we can. So
yep, another one, right?
Got a few pro drivers hanging up here as well. Mr. Manoa
it's amazing. So here we go. Let's take a look. Derek Madison, Ben Hobson. These guys are in the show now. This is 4 bracket votes. D-Mads, that Fuel Lab S chassis. Ben Hobson comes in hot. Want to make sure doesn't have oil in his face once again. Madison going hard. Oh, buddy. Straightening out D-Mads. Ben Hobson almost gets to the side of him. Oh, Madison goes way off course. More dust for your diet, Ben Hobson. Ooh, did you see that? I don't know if you saw that as he there, that rumble strip when they go into outside zone 3. It's kind of got a leading edge there that could really take off a tire. We saw somebody debeat earlier today. So, all right, Hobson, that Pennzoil Ford Mustang. And here comes Derek Madison. A shorter run up from previous years. And going little off course there, but that's the natural line. Nice job by Hobson. Again, this young man definitely earning his stripes right now. Good run by Ben Hobson. Transition now to outside zone 3. Boom, puts it right there. This is the Hobson we know.
Yeah.
This Ben Hobson is absolutely delivering. That was a solid run by Ben Hobson out front, and this is what earned him good energy. Always got a great attitude, but he wants a win. He wants to get on the box here in Salt Lake City. Here we go. Ben Hobson initiates a Pensacola Mustang RTR Spec 5. He got dusted, but not done. In his second outside zone goes Hobson. Ooh, gets a little disrupted. Man, look at the attitude of the car. Into that second outside zone, Higa tucks in. Last outside zone, how's he gonna manage? And Hobson, using all the course, brings it in. Woo-wee! That's a battle right there, kids.
There we go, Ben Hobson.
What do we got? Who's going to the finals of our K&N seeding brackets? And here comes Higa out of the gate. Now initiating into that first outside zone. Higa's there. Hobson in formation. Coming out of that first outside zone into second. Hobson back there quite a bit. Higa, massive angle, goes off. Some more dust for your diet. Now this last outside zone, getting that overhead shot. Dialed that in. So that second outside zone, woo, Hobson.
Jeez.
Looking like Mad Max.
This is, yeah, definitely Fury Road here.
Here in a K&N seeding bracket finals. And Haley comes out. Let's see what Hobson's gonna do here. And Haley initiates into that first outside zone, digs it in. Hobson, quite a bit more angle than Haley. You see him taken out of it, now getting to that second outside zone. Look at that horsepower on Doug. See it porpoising? Oh, buddy, Hobson shuts her down. Haley continues on. I think that horsepower difference was not a lie.
Yeah.
He had the horsepower. It looked like he was, again, porpoising, diving in, jutting in and out. And Hobson comes to a halt outside zone 2. That's going to hurt him.
Yeah, oh dear indeed. I mean, Ben Hobson was right there. Oh,
you know, this is where he won his Pro Spec Championship last year, so he's familiar with the track. He likes it. He loves it. Let's get some more of it. Kazuya Taguchi, up garage ISR performance, 86 initiates. Ben Hobson aggressive and bounces and slaps into the tires. That's a Nitto on GT Radial Crime right there. And unfortunately, that is not how you want to do it, and looks like that thing is Bambi on ice. Mustang of his own. All right, says Bronco, but and Alex. Here we go. So Ben Hobson now out front. Kazuya Taguchi in the chase position. Big initiation there from Ben Hobson. He throws a lot of angle at it, and now making it real clear into the second outside zone. Kazuya Taguchi getting thrown off here by Ben Hobson, going gangster with the, I mean, it's a Penzo Ford Mustang. That almost looked like a Chelsea to Nova initiation. Kazuya Taguchi, nowhere to be. Oh, and Ben Hobson goes off. Holy cow, and we did, what? And Ben did have a right front tie rod bent that they did replace. So here we are. Battle. So one more time, if you didn't see it, roll the tape back, and after this battle, who's going to win? Kazuya Taguchi, Up Garage ISR Performance, FRS or BRZ or 86. Here we go. Ben Hobson, Penzo, Mustang RTR Spec 5 FD. Looks like, all right, he dials it back. Now transition that second outside zone. Kazuya Taguchi dials it in. Ben Hobson, again, how good a percentage, how healthy is the car? Well, right now it's in a bath of smoke. Now to this last outside zone, Ben Hobson could dive back a little bit. Good proximity, almost loses it. Again, winding that thing up. You know, he's arguably one of the best teams in the world, RTR. Here we go. So Ben Hobson, Pennsylvania Mustang RTR, out front, Nitto tires, across the nose of Kazuya Taguchi into that first outside zone. Modest didn't do that backy entry, and Kazuya Taguchi looks like he's having a tough time there, hanging with that Mustang, and there he is out front with the fresh air. Big angle there for Hobson. Kazuya Taguchi back quite a bit. Now he dives in that last outside zone. Ben Hobson riding the edge of the course, and Kazuya Taguchi tries to thread the needle on the Ford Mustang.
Bro.
Yo.
Bro.
I think Ben Hobson hit lead versus lead, chase versus chase. But now, here we go. Sliding bananas, banana split. Who's going to get the victory? Kazuya Taguchi and Ben Hobson. Carl Taylor's watching. Here we go. Up Garage ISR Performance in that first outside zone. Kazuya Taguchi, Ben Hobson kind of taking a shower line. Here we go. Again, with Kazuya Taguchi out front, Ben Hobson dialing it back a little bit, lifting that front right tire. And now transitioning into that last outside zone, Hobson makes a correction. Kazuya Taguchi, he puts it right on that course edge. Hobson maybe giving Kazuya Taguchi a little too much breathing room. I know you're watching. I don't know how you did out of Crandon, but Lauren Healy, the Fun Haver off-road team. Here we go. Ben Hobson swings it across the nose of Kazuya Taguchi one more time. He does take out that cone, so he exceeds just a little bit. Now coming to that second outside zone, he's lifting that front right once again. Styles for miles. Three-wheel motion, like a lowrider. Now coming to that last outside zone, Kazuya Taguchi dives in. Does it pay off? Kind of takes an inside, shallower line, but he does have that proximity. That was very reminiscent of the previous battle. Kazuya gave him some room and then lunged forward to get close.
Yeah,
This is a massive battle of significance here, moving on into the 32. Andrew Smedegaard, ASM, BMW, Ben Hobson in that Pennzoil Mustang RTR 5FD. The Type S lights are ablazing here on both the vehicles. Now past that inside clip. Hobson in practice earlier was really putting it down. Looks like consistent line from Robert Thorne. You know, Robert, he's really trying to get that set up and get that side grip. Looks like he's got it right now in that BMW. And Ben Hobson, he's hanging tough, but definitely could have had closer proximity. Overall, a good run for Ben Hobson. I think that, again, Robert Thorne, he really put the car in the right places.
Yeah, we're seeing.
Well said.
Easiest way to.
Well said. Here we go. Ben Hobson now out front. Let's see if he can put the rubber where it meets the road with those Nitto tires. He initiates into that big bank there, the signature bank of Irwindale. You can see the those lights there on the front. That's Acceleron. Look at Thorne. He is the thorn in the side of Ben Hobson. He takes an interesting transition there past that inside clip. He does get that proximity here. Ben Hobson on it. He's got the clean air. He's looking definitely more comfortable, but Robert Thorne is making his presence felt. He's right there. Hobson gets out there. A good lead run for Robert Thorne, but Thorne, again, more seat time. He's getting more familiar with that vehicle.